Okay, so Alter Bridge, This Is War. This is a new song. Apparently it's actually a month old. People have been requesting this quite a lot in my comment section. They said, please, 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 can you do this? I love Alter Bridge. As you guys know, I absolutely love them. I can't always get on top of them as they drop stuff, but I do know that they've got a new album. So if you want an album review, let me know down in the comments. I know that I think this album is called Pawns and Kings. I think the song from that album was called Pawns and Kings that we reacted to, and that was a monster song. That was probably one of my favorite of Alter Bridge. But haven't heard this one. This is War. Let's rock and roll. Let's see what we've got. Let's go. Hey, going into the hard instruments already. Oh. Jeez, we are going in with some heavy instrumentation over there, but I do like that sort of like choir element in the background as well that goes ha ha, but you can hear those voices are quite layered. Amazing so far, but geez, they came in hot on this one. Hey. See, why does it sound to me, and I mean, this is only the second song that I've heard from their new album, but why does it sound to me like this album is quite political? I don't know, maybe it's because I usually think along the political veins, but it's kind of like there's a thinly veiled messaging in both of the songs that I've listened to so far, where it's like you need to take agency over your own life because there is darkness, there are vipers in the grass, there are people out there that are trying to take you down. They're trying to take down your agency essentially. So you need to be aware of that. It's almost like he's trying to create this consciousness, where he's saying you need to take control of this. You need to be awake to what is going on because there's a lot of evil forces out there that are trying to, sort of like slither their way in and take you down. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what it sounds like. Even the last song, the Pawns and Kings sounded down like the political vein. But anyway, let's go. I can take control. It's time to decide. Do not play the fool. Hey. So fight for your life. Can you see what's coming? Fight for your mind. This is war. Fight from inside and believe in something. Don't compromise who you are. See, this is exactly what I'm saying. Firstly, Miles Kennedy's voice. Miles Kennedy, his voice is fucking insane. Excuse my language, man. He is so sick. He gives me so much goosebumps. He's got such a deep, soulful, powerful, aggressive voice, which I absolutely love, specifically laid onto this instrumentation. But this over here, fight for your life. Don't let yourself be controlled. Right? Take that control back. You can actually take agency for your own life. You are the one that's in charge of all of this. It's not about pointing fingers, and don't lean on somebody else. Don't lean on a system. Don't lean on people who tell you that they're compassionate and tell you that they've got your best interests at heart. Nobody has your best interests at heart but yourself. Now, it can go one of two ways, the song. It's either about, you trying to sort of take agency and fight and go against the system, fight for your life, fight for your own ideas, fight for your own doctrines, ideologies, take the stand, hold on to your values, hold on to your moralities because the world is losing all of that. Or it's talking about possibly, if we had to take this down another vein, a different perception, maybe a mental state. So maybe a mental health type vibe. So it's a mental state where there's a lot of demons, there's a lot of bad thoughts, there's a lot of negativity that's trying to take you down, where you're saying you need to rise above that, you need to pick your burdens up off the ground, and you need to, tackle your life head first. Right, so I can see it, maybe there's a two-way interpretation over here, but again, it kind of feels like they're going more down the societal degradation, the societal erosion, and how you need to sort of like be awake towards that and start introspecting in your own life and taking agency for your own life. So that'll be my interpretation. Obviously, everyone can have their own interpretation. But yeah, like I said, one of the two. Let's go.
An army of shadows, they are waiting for the battle call.
Hey!
Bloodthirsty demons of the mind. They will unravel if you let them. Everything you want, and storm the castle from inside.
Ooh. You see over here, okay, this is what I was saying. This is where it kind of plays into the mental state, where it's like, it will storm and it will eat you from inside. So it might be a mental state, but then also there could be an external factor that creates that mental state, right? That it will break you down mentally, and then from within you are going to erode. Right? Which is kind of like a metaphor for society at the moment with regards to how society is eroding. Societies always go through these cycles, right? It goes, every time, even through the Roman Empire and things like that. The moment a society gets too privileged and life becomes too convenient and too good for them, they start eroding themselves. And that's why you start seeing what you're seeing today with regards to the mental health, which is also perpetuated massively by social media. Life's gotten too convenient and too easy that people have lost their morals, lost their values, lost their motivations and all that kind of thing, and they start collapsing and falling. But it's the failing of society is actually the failing of oneself, right? You fail yourself from within because of the destruction that you create in your own head, right? And if you have enough people of doing that, right, society fails. So I kind of feel like there's an individualistic element to this, right, that then ripples out into the masses, and that's how societies fall. And it's a good time to actually come out with the song because it's par for the course at the moment with regard to what's happening in society. So anyway, carry on.
They will unravel if you let them. Everything you want,
Hey.
and storm the castle from inside. So open your
Yes.
eyes. So fight for your life. Can't you see what's coming? Fight for your mind. This is what.
Fight for your mind.
From inside and believe in something. Don't compromise who you are.
I like where he says you're gonna fight from inside, which it's actually quite cool because it's kind of saying that this fight is internal. This fight is against yourself, right? So you need to fight within self to liberate yourself from this darkness, essentially. So it's kind of like you need to create your own Trojan horse that comes in and defeats the army that's currently, defeating you from within, essentially. I think that's a very, very, very nice way of putting it. And that's what I like about this album so far, is that it's aggressive. Even instrumentation is aggressive. And you know why? It's because it's got a statement to make. It's loud. It's in your face, right? And it wants to wake you up. It wants to get snappy. Wants to get right in your face. Instrumentation's aggressive because what we're dealing with is aggressive. It needs to sound chaotic because when you're in that space, it is chaotic, right? The instrumentation is chaotic to sort of depict that the actual situation in our minds at the moment is all chaotic. So I like the way that they're tying that all in. It's a lot more aggressive, and I think it's awesome.
Scheming, haunting, waiting, taunting, taking every
love this hook though. This hook is amazing. Love it. Dramatic. Super theatrical, super dramatic, super chaotic, super aggressive. Absolutely banger of a track, right? So I think my two sort of like hypotheses line up a little bit over here, where it is a societal degradation which creates the individual degradation, and it also can work like vice versa. Essentially, it's kind of like an infinity thing, like one thing affects the other, essentially, where it's like the degradation of a single mind, right, can affect society, and the degradation of society can affect a single mind, essentially. So it's basically saying you need to take charge of that. You need to fight within like a tiger, because there are vicious, dark elements, vicious, dark energies out there within society, that's embedded within society currently, that's embedded within you because you make part of society, that is currently trying to take you down. So if you send out this message, it's kind of like a ripple effect. It's like throwing a stone in, a single pebble in like a river. You can make a ripple effect through one single act, right? Get yourself right, get your head right, right? Build yourself to be stronger. You'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. It's basically what the message of the song is to me. If it's something to do, something that's different, let me know down in the comments. I love you all, man. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.